Hello everyone, this is Bigalski.
And this is JTB.
And this is Eternal Legend Master Ninja, Ninja Gaiden Black Mission Mode. This is Phase 1. So what we're going to do here, none of this, like the rest of them, is farming. But we are going to make all the time limits. The goal really on Phase 1 and for Phase 2 is to kill the bosses with the UT so you can really get your essence. The enemies are a lot stronger. JTB had talked about it earlier. They really are, and they take a lot of hits. But here,
they are.
So here, as soon as that screen goes, I actually start pushing the start button to go in this as soon as you can, and then just try to charge up a UT.
Yeah, now if you wanted to right there, you could have actually collected the white guys, the white ninjas essence, and because those black ninjas in here, they do have a pretty good chance of giving you a blue even if you're at full health. So if you really want to go for max money, you could do that if you weren't worried about time.
Now I got a really good first starting score there.
Yeah, that is really good.
This has, now I actually center, and I kind of center in between the two birds. Sometimes one of them will fall off, but it'll get the other one. You really want to kind of drag that essence. But this is based off the Hurricane Pack scoring system of the 50,000. So sometimes not charging up time for UTs is worth it. You actually want to kill them pretty fast.
Yeah.
But look at all that damage that took. You know,
yeah, like in this room, it's a good example. There's, it might have been in.
Here's a missed opportunity. Watch.
Yeah.
Right there.
Oh, that's unlucky. But yeah, so like that right there is an example of why the mission mode scoring is it can be so frustrating, because that missed UT there, I mean, right off the bat, it's 12,500 points just because of the multiplier, but you also lose what is more important. You lose the setup and the situation that landing that UT gets you. You don't just lose that initial 5,000. You lose more than that, because say that UT was supposed to kill an enemy and set up your next UT. If you think of it that way, that's essentially 2 UTs you've lost, really, because missing the first one means you didn't get your second one. So the points in mission mode really rack up fast, especially in Eternal Legend for that sort of stuff. And
I kind of didn't notice it at first. I mean, it's like, did something just happen here and I miss it? And it wasn't until I actually completed the phase and went back and watched it, like, oh, that UT missed. But I was happy with the final result. So, you know, I just said I'm just going to move on, because again, this is not a karma run per se. It's just about making the time limits. Also, on that fight before, if you wanted to change over to the Dragon Sword, because it's level 2 and a Zuna drop, you know, maybe I should have done that, because your Dabi's only level 1.
Yeah, that's true.
I like to pick that up. This room can be trouble too.
This room's one of those fights I find it either goes really, really well, or it's just whatever, like it's luck of the draw. Like sometimes, like the Debilero UT has to knock the Black Spider Ninjas into a wall for it to kill them. So if you hit them into a wall and kill them, and then you can forward wire the mages and get blues, like you can actually get a ton of points out of this room if you stagger all the essence properly. But that really does depend on what spawn pattern you get. If you get a really crappy spawn, then unfortunately, you know, you're not going to get those kind of points.
And sometimes I've tried to, instead of waiting for their essence to come out and see what they're going to do, I went ahead and tried to do some extra damage with the Dabi and hope to not get totally blasted by the mages. Now here, since I lost some health, and the time doesn't matter on Eternal Legend from Ninja Gaiden, from the Hurricane Pack, you actually had a time limit for the whole set. So if you don't want to waste elixirs, hey, just go and kill some crows. Get your money back. You could go upstairs and do it, but sometimes if I miss with the bow, because I still suck with the bow no matter what, you know, and those crows fly off, you know, here it's like, hey, I can just come and do this. So
yeah. You know, it's funny. I'm actually annoyed at like how consistently you're doing that, because when I try and UT them, it never bloody works. Like it just never works when I try and UT the crows. Like, the lines go right through them, and they just sit there, and they don't care. It's like, what's going on? Like, why isn't my UT hitting them?
Like I said, that's the reason I go into that first person to kind of zoom in and pick a point right in between. And again, you know, this is something else you can do. But it
take advantage of the time.
Yeah,
take advantage of the time. It's an easy thing to miss, but it's actually very, very, very powerful that you have unlimited projectiles in this mission. If your goal is just survival, abuse the living hell out of those projectiles. You've got unlimited smoke bombs, which is ungodly broken in terms of just, you know, playing for survival to have unlimited smoke bombs. That alone is kind of nuts. And you know, don't forget these bats, obviously. There's a lot of money here.
Well, you know, here's the other part of that, too. If you wanted to leave one of those blues from the crows to come down here to already have a UT ready for these bats, because I've sat right here before and they just whittled me away one time. Sometimes
they can do that.
But sometimes they do, and there's 5 waves of bats.
Yeah, I can't remember what they're worth. I think they're worth a little bit more in Eternal Legend, but there is a lot of money here, and if you're playing for Karma, you really do not want to forget to do this, because money really matters in Phase 1. I would say it matters more so than points, depending on what you're going for. Anything over like 415 is a really, really good Phase 1. So if you get, say, 420 something, but you forget these bats, you've actually kind of screwed up, because the essence they give you, you need that for Phase 2. So, you know, do not forget these bats. They are really, really important.
See, his level of very good and mine, anything over 400 for me was acceptable. And, you know, it's, see, I'm still thinking, okay, did I get everything done? Did I, you know, I think about all this stuff. It's like, do I have the right projectiles just in case? I'm going to try the projectile trick on him. So again, you really want to be prepared on what you want to do, you know, coming up to this fight, because if you go in just a little bit off or unsure, it's a hard time limit to make. Now, again, sometimes the horse comes towards you, sometimes it doesn't. I've never really been good at understanding when that's going to happen.
For the most part, it depends on the proximity of the second horse in the fight. So if you've got one horse that is sort of already up on you, generally speaking, the next one won't actually come and attack you. They'll just kind of go around and ignore you. You do have the Warhammer right there, but there really isn't a whole lot of point picking that up. I'm really surprised that dismounted him that quickly.
I am too.
Yeah, that's 30 seconds left on the clock.
I've hit him with 5 UTs and it not dismount him.
Yeah.
So here's the jumping on the head. I tried to do the shuriken trick, but I missed. So since I missed with the shuriken trick, and the shuriken trick, when you hit, it explodes. You have a chance to charge a full UT. The bad thing with the firewheels here is that second set, now I have to wait for him to come back. Now my time limit's going down, so I'm actually losing points.
Yeah.
But you definitely want to kill. I think I show my essence right here. Yeah, this is
you
what
really
I have
want
right
this one.
there. And now, see, so it's worth 10,500. You definitely want to kill him with the UT, even if your score isn't, you know, what you want it to be, if you're just trying to get through. So 413 is not bad considering I missed a 5,000.
Yeah, exactly. You do want to pick up the Warhammer at the end. It's really important to pick that up at the end. You don't want that to kind of mess you up later on, like if you left it on the floor and you go for an attack or something and instead you pick up the Warhammer, and then you know that is likely to happen. So grab it at the end, not in the fight.
So using the incendiary shuriken trick saves you the Ninpo.
It does, yeah.
Yeah, so that's something now I'm going to have to spend some extra money that I may not have wanted to. So again, you know, play with that and figure out what works best. The bad part about going to the Masakado fight is you've got to get those other 3 fights good. So sometimes just doing whatever it takes to just get through Masakado, you know, to give you some peace of mind. Again, that's up to each individual to decide what's best for them. So I think that's it for this chapter. I'm going to show buying for the, you know, what I buy for phase 2, for the at the first of the next video. So we'll see you next time, guys. Take care.
Take care, everybody. See ya.